Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? Today, there's a little bit of something I wanted to explore as Standard is starting to develop and we're sorting out the metagame and all that good stuff. Something popped up and we should go talk about it. And the thing I wanted to talk about here is a deck that started to pop up over the last week to 10 days or so. And I don't think I've seen a lot of it on the ladder, and I'm not totally sure why, but it's a deck that people are just calling Boros Ramp, which is basically like mono white mid-rangey control things you've been seeing that splash red, mostly for Fable of the Mirror Breaker and for Atali. But not only did it show up in a tournament over the weekend, which, you know, granted the tournament only had like 30 people or so, but it also showed up somewhere else. One of the Magic Online daily challenges also made this something else that came up that I said, okay, if it's showing up in those two places, let me at least give it a go. So that's what we're going to do today. And let's go over the cards that these deck lists are playing. Alright, so as we were saying, this looks a lot like the mono white mid-rangey decks you're used to running into, and that starts with Ambitious Farmhand. It's a good early card, lets you get more planes so you hit your land drops every single turn, and late game you get a lifelinker to keep you in the game. Love it. They're also playing Ossification, not a surprise, this has become the removal of choice for those style of decks. It is basically sorcery speed removal, so there's that, but it is really useful. Spirited Companion also shows up in some number in these lists because, well, getting extra cards is good, and because we're also playing the new card of Guardian of Girapur, which lets us blink these, if you will, so you can get an extra card, or in the case of the Farmhand, you can find extra lands. Also allows us to do some fun stuff with Anointed Peacekeeper. We can call one card early, and then once they're around playing it, we can switch it and play another one, which is also kind of nice, but this card's just generally pretty good anyway. Playing a couple copies of Lauren of the Third Path, because cards is nice, but it is a good way to have something to destroy artifacts and enchantments. As we said a second ago, we are playing Fable today to try and see if this makes the deck any better. Playing Sarah Paragons, because we can play all these things out of the graveyard, because these things all cost 3 or less. And then on the upper end, we are playing some Wandering Emperor, because the card's good, and again, we're playing heavy white, so why wouldn't we? We're going to play a Sanctuary Warden, just because late game gives us a way to come over the top, get some more cards. Also, one copy of the Eternal Wanderer, which seems to be pretty consistent among these lists that I could find. And of course, 2 Atali. I will say, one of the changes I am going to make, though, to make a concession for playing on the best of 1 ladder, I'm going to go ahead and put in 2 Farewell, cutting 1 Wandering Emperor, and I'd have to figure out where the other spot's going to come from. But that's going to be what we're going to try to run with today. Otherwise, we have a bunch of land, and these are going to be the bulk of the cards. So, let's go check it out. We know this deck's actually good for best of 3. Let's see if it's any good on the best of 1 ladder. Oh, and also, if you hadn't, this is where I like to ask that if you'd be so kind, hit the like button down below, because it'll help get this video in front of other people, and that'll help me make more videos for you. But anyway, enjoy the games. Deck list will be on the back end of the video, and we'll talk about that there. Or if you just want to get it now, you can go down to the description, look for the arrows. Alright, this seems more than reasonable. Let's go for it. We can Farmhand to pretty much guarantee we get 3 mana, so that's the best we could hope for here. Playing against red, fortunately we'll at least have a fair amount of blockers, and occasionally Lauren does get to kill something worthwhile, so that's kind of nice. We'll see though. Gonna need more help than what we got. But Triple Fable might get to do something here. Alright, no blocks. Take our 3. This should leave the opponent in a situation where they want to kill a Fable, then attack. Not sure if we're quite chump blocking with Farmhand yet, but we're close to that point. Sad that they only use a Play with Fire. I was hoping they'd use 3 damage on that. No such luck, though. You know what? Let's get rid of one of these. And, man, I guess it has to be Lauren. Mostly because I'm looking at possibly next turn trying to... Well, we drew another land. I was going to say being able to play 2 things. But I'm going to start here. At least slow down some spells. Oh, well, I guess we just call Lightning Strike. Even though they'll be able to play it next turn. But it's whatever. Lightning Strike. There you are. No attacks. Like one of those ones where you're like, we're not happy about it, but we kind of know the drill. Alright, I'm just going to chump block here because we know they can eventually just get rid of everything if they wanted to. Don't want to give them that easy luxury. Hey, an extra point of life is actually relevant here. So I'm not mad at that. And they might actually want to kill the reflection, truth be told. But I think I'm going to do this. Play this so we get another 2/2 body. Get a card. I mean, we're still at 12 right now. I feel pretty good, at least. Alright, kill that. That makes sense. Probably just blocking with the token 2/2 here. Alright, we're at 11. Okay, not bad. We'll submit 1, 2. Bit of ways from a tally, but, you know, I did toss some lands, so that one's on me. But we only need one more. We will go ahead and get that mountain, so we have that part of the business out of the way. We will go ahead and play this. And just get rid of the Phoenix, I guess. And we will not do anything. No attacks in the turn. Lightning striking us. Okay. Sure. Chandra, you got it. We can remove a Chandra if push comes to shove.
I don't think a fancy dress means I didn't come here to fight.
I'm gonna go ahead. Nah, yeah, that's fine. They can have it. Let's see what they find. Okay, Kamano. That's not bad. We are at 8, but that's fine. Only gets dangerous if they have the dragon. The Shivan Devastator or whatever. Alright, so we'll copy this. Get a card. I was going to say, it wasn't a land, but that's a land. So that works out. We will play this. Maybe we find a burn spell from them. Alright, that'll do it. Alright, let's keep it. Oh, I should have played the Cabaret Courtyard first. Oh, that was stupid. That was so stupid. Oh well. Already missed it. Now I'm just going to be behind. Don't get to play. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to do it anyway. Since we found the reliquary. Yep, kill our companion. Keep us from getting some value here. Don't hate that, though. Yep, you got a corpse appraiser. Alright, let's see what's up. Opponent attacks, we block? No, they're just playing a Fable. Alright, we will plus this. Wow, deck, really? That's something. Sure. And this is mostly just to have bodies in the way, knowing that we might actually just fare well next turn. And see if we can hold on to our Planeswalker. Shieldred's Restoration. Alright. Go for a throat. You got it. Sure. My assumption is we aren't going to get to keep this Planeswalker anyway, but we'll see.
I'm not impressed.
Alright, another Fable. Okay, not too bad. Ah, Destroy Evil's kind of nice too, though. Yep, let's just go ahead and do this. Get rid of everything, because all we're going to have is lands and Planeswalkers. And then, hopefully, this survives.
We've got the edge in this fight.
And opponent scoops. Okay, then. Ooh, this is not great. Let's mulligan that. Ooh, definitely can get rid of one of these Atalis and not feel bad. Problem is, we're still in the same situation as last time. So I mulliganed to get away from a problem, and it just resurfaced. So that did not help us at all. I'd have been better off keeping that first hand under the circumstances. And I don't really want to draw an untapped land here. Like, I kind of do, but kind of don't. Like, it would have been nice to play the companion there, but it wouldn't do a bunch for us. Raven Man. Interesting. Wonder if this is just like either Orzhov Legends or it's actually like Joda type stuff. Either way, with the Skrelv up, we can't do much. Rafine, that qualifies. You got it. Do. Alright, no blocks. I guess we're gonna have to be all in on Oh boy, this is not great. Alright, I guess we gotta do this. See if maybe this lives and I get a land. Maybe we sneak through Eternal Wanderer. Leave the opponent with just Skrelv. Actually, leave them with the bird token. And then try to Atali, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of what ifs happening here. Like, so many things. Oh, we're not going to get to either now. Those plans are off. I mean, I'm going to be stunned if they don't call... Wait, what? They took Destroy Evil. Huh. They must have a plan for the others, I guess. Would make sense. But sure. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to stop you. You can have it. I'd rather them do that than attack me this turn. So sure. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like... I guess they're assuming that we had a land and they can just counter Eternal Wanderer, maybe? Like, maybe if their only counters are, like, make disappear. But even then, Destroy Evil doesn't matter when they have Skrelv. Yeah, I don't think this Eternal Wanderer is going to resolve. I think that's where my mindset is at this point. I can't imagine that's a thing. But we'll find out. I don't know. Why are they doing that? That's attacking that. Okay, sure. I am so baffled by what just happened. And then they just played a tap land. Okay, yeah. You got it, opponent. I don't know what to say here. 2, 3, 4, 5. We will have 6, but we still got to get more. Definitely don't want to get rid of that. Man, I kind of want to keep Atali here. I'm gonna get. Oh gosh. Maybe don't get rid of anything. I'm gonna submit 0. Let's attack, because these can't block. And then we just play this. Very awkward.
I think this will be a quick one.
And then this will die to a bird that we leave them. But, I mean, it's all we can do. But if we top deck a land, we could technically still play Atali, because we can keep a goblin here. So that's a thing. Oh, opponent, don't blow that up. It's a sacrifice effect. Okay, cool.
Kneel before the Emperor of
I was thinking they may not know. Oh, no. Okay, so they'll get to attack our Eternal Wanderer. They'll get to put a counter on it. They'll probably play this out of the yard. Then, we still need a land. That's step 1. We got to draw a land. We can't destroy this enchantment, though, which could be important. Or we just need to destroy that instead. Alright, well, decisions have been made. Sometimes decisions get made for you. Alright, obviously that goes away. Okay. Did not find what we needed. That is unfortunate. Okay, well, here's hoping. We're going to take a lot of damage here. The only good news is if they have a removal card, they're incentivized more to kill the reflection than anything. So we take 8 and go down to 8. Well, I mean, we take 6 and then 2, but yeah. Alright. We didn't get there. Alright. We tried. GG's. Alright, let's keep it. Do 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 do. All right, you get to and make disappear this thing. Nope, no make disappear. Thought they were gonna for a second. Just kill it? No, not even that. Okay. Interesting. Oh, what did we discard here? Najal, that's a card you don't see too often. So we're talking about doing a bunch of instants and sorceries here. That is something. We're just kind of slowly grinding out value here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get away with a Tali later in the game, but we're just going to hope, you know? I mean, we technically have access to all the lands. We just got to get to turn 7. All right. Impulse. Okay. So far, so good. But now I'm getting a little suspicious of what the opponent might be up to. Because they also aren't playing many things. Deck, I didn't need a second Atali, I'll tell you that much. But that's okay. Let's see what we can do. Opponent's at 17. Probably going to play... Nope. Thought they were going to do something there at the end of the turn. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. This feels very awkward. Alright, let's give them something they can sink their teeth into on a make disappear. Because they had to have been saving for something. There, well, okay, a negate. Fair enough. Same difference. Does what it's supposed to do. We're just going to attack, I guess. I was kind of... Would have rather it been a make disappear, because it would have made Atali's life a lot easier, honestly. But, so be it. I mean, this is just a weirdly slow, grindy situation. Here comes another negate. No, not another negate. I'm going to plus, just in case. There's a chance they could have been playing one of the spells that could just deal 3 to a Wandering Emperor, and I didn't want to set ourselves up for that disappointment. So I'm just going to do this and attack. See how they feel about it.
Remember your training.
And then I'm going to leave a creature back to try to block for the Wandering Emperor. Okay, there's a go for a throat. Fair enough. I can respect that. I don't know what my opponent's deck's doing at this stage. Now I'm just trying to get them to spend mana and clear the path for Atali's. That's kind of all that's going on here. But let's try one. It's likely got to get countered, though. Oh, it didn't. What? Sure? Oh, why did I do that? Because that went to their yard. I shouldn't have done that at all, actually. I should have waited. Just let it go away. It would have stayed exiled. That was stupid. Let's see what they got. Because they could, like, invoke Despair here. Oh, so they're doing Hidetsugu stuff. I got it. Alright, well, here's some good news. Opponent's at 13, and we can Ossification to get rid of Hidetsugu. And you know what? I should have known, because I've seen a couple of these Grixis decks that are doing this, and they all are putting the, 10 damage thing on top and try to do 20 to you or whatever. So I get it. We're just going to go ahead and remove a tally. I mean, not a tally, remove Hidetsugu. And then we just +1. And we attack.
Remember your training.
That's 13. Alright. I'll take it. I mean, I guess we can get by with this. I mean, it does everything. It's not, like, powerful, but it thins the deck out. We can't really draw a card because we don't have artifacts or enchantments here. But we can destroy maybe a Fable if that shows up. So, like, there's a few things we could do here. We probably won't be living long enough to do that, unfortunately. But let's see. We can play a couple of bodies. Yeah, we can get that, I guess. Mostly because we're going to play this and get another planes anyway. So I'm just trying to minimize damage we'd be taking here. Alright. That's kind of nice, but may not do enough. Alright, they don't have a 1 damage, so they don't have play with fire. What do you have? You have a Feldon, which is a 3/3 here. I think I'm just going to take 4. And then the question becomes, do we lure in to kill that? Or do I do this and get another land and have a 3/3? I think we do this. And just get rid of the for sure damage we know is there. And then if we have to chump block or something, so be it. Also, randomly, they could play something else that we could destroy, and then we chump block something. I don't know. Sure. We'll block with this. Okay, they for real just don't have burn spells. That's a thing to know, I guess. This doesn't get to kill anything else. Alright, I'm just going to play this. It's a 4 toughness. And hopefully that's good enough. We can also reuse the land to get a life back, so that's a thing. This is probably mechanized warfare, which is going to be real bad if it is. I guess not real bad, but bad nonetheless. I mean, do we just have to give them 3 cards here? Oh, that's so gross. I'm like, what's in the yard? We have a farmhand. We could do 2 things next turn. And this is if the card, when the permanent is put to the graveyard from the battlefield. Alright, they can have 2 cards, I guess. I don't love it, but cost of doing business, I guess. Phoenix Chick and a land. Okay, those are probably the safest things that could have happened. So there's that. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's a problem. Huh. So now what? Ooh, Wandering Emperor, though. That's real. Okay, we get to go to 6. Get another planes. So then we'll be able to Eternal Wander if we need to the following turn. So things are kind of coming together. Alright, let's pass. They've got to attack, so we know we're going to get to use the Wandering Emperor. If not, we at least make a 2/2 body, and that's fine too. Alright, Phoenix Chick, you doth have. We'll know if they picked up a 3 damage spell if everybody comes in here. Okay, so they got something. Now we also are going to put them to the test that they can either destroy this or destroy our creature.
That's coming.
which is fine. I think I'm just going to block the Phoenix chick, because that's flying damage we can't block down the road. And if the Paragon takes 3, so be it. Yeah, we could live with that. That is one of those costs of doing business we are totally okay with. Now what do we do here? We could leave them with just the Swift Spear. Do that. Nah. I think we just... This is like just the wrong number here to have. I mean, we can make 2 bodies. That's a thing. Man, this is just barely wrong. Let's... For sure, we're going to play one of these, I think. Oh, no, we could play both of them. For some reason, I thought it was a mana short. Correction. We are okay, actually. Submit 0. For some reason, I thought it was just 1 short, the way I was looking at the math.
Show them how we greet our
Okay. So this is alright. And they've got 2 cards in hand. Sure. And obviously, their attack we're blocking. No question. Ooh, that hurts, though. We take 5. So I think we're going to have to get rid of one of our own creatures here, sadly. Yeah, that's the only way we can make sure we don't die. So we're going to have to attack and kill our own thing, which sucks. But this actually helps a lot, believe it or not. As much as I didn't want that to be the play, kind of has to be. So we're going to attack. Get rid of our own thing. And this is just to make sure we can stay alive.
back to wandering.
Like, I don't love it, but that's what we got.
I'll help any way I
Alright, Felden, you got it, friend. Same thing, they attack, we're blocking. Yep, you get to look at 2 cards. Good luck. And they are both damage cards. Happen to both be Commandos, though, so we're going to go to 4. Don't love that part. So we die to a bunch of stuff now. Oh, we can't even draw because we don't have an artifact or an enchantment here. Oh, gosh. I was trying to think what a way out of this would be, but I think maybe if we do this, so that minimizes the odds that we take damage. We go ahead and destroy this. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. I mean, we're only at 4. I mean, if they draw another one of these invasions, we're dead too. Alright, you get to see 2 cards. Another Swift Spear, sure. I need something that lets us draw cards here so we can try to gain life, get rid of a creature, like do something before we die, being at 4. Because this is not good. Alright, you got your dude back. Does that kill us? Yeah, it looks like it does. Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, let's keep it. Alright, opponents. Red cards. Okay. I also goofed up, not playing that Cabaret Core. I've done that multiple times today. Alright, get some planes. And let's see where this goes. Make a 3/3 that's going to haste me? Of course you are. Oh, we just let it through, though. Let's play this. Now here he's Warcrafting and Lightning Strikes. Huh? So you can play either one, so it doesn't really matter here. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Like, this is just a bad situation for us. Sure, no attacks. So we're going to lose the Peacekeeper. We're going to lose whatever we play next. I should have let them cast the Warcrafting here, actually, because then they would have no mana to be able to play something, and that would have been pretty big. That's something I didn't consider, actually. That makes a difference. Alright. Hit the plains. Put this in tapped. We should be able to play 2 things next turn. Maybe that helps us out. I don't know. We'll see. And then we have a farewell, but at that point we might just die to like a haste thing. So I don't know what that's really going to look like. It's going to be tough. Yep, you got it. We go to 10. And we know we're taking a lot of damage next turn. So here's what we're going to do. This thing to get a card. Not a bad card, but not one that helps us right now. Do this, so we get another card. Okay. Not what we're looking for, really. But we would be able to block Ambitious Farmhand and Wandering Emperor next turn. So those are all reasonable things. Tough here, I was going to say, if they found a way to get rid of this companion so we couldn't block, that would complicate things quite a bit. But we go to 8. Is fine. This feels like one of the only ways we can win this matchup is if we do get several of these small early things. Without those, I think we're in a lot of trouble. Even here, I'm just kind of trying to exhaust some of the opponent's options to clear the way for stuff. Alright, we're at 8. I feel like there's a few ways this could go sideways, so we gotta just cross our fingers and hope. And we know they're holding Sekinzen as well, and that's some easy damage for them. Alright, they chose not to play something there. It's probably a lightning strike. Oh, Felden. Yeah, that's tough. And there's the Sekinzen, as expected. The question is, how much damage are we willing to take?
I hope you're ready to lose.
We block 3, take... I think I'm willing to exile Felden, not give them any more cards. Block the 3. Take 4. We can farewell to exile everything. And then I'm trying to figure out, like, where do we go from there? Right? We could leave them with a 1/1 and make a 2/2. That's a thing. I don't know how I feel about that. Sure, let's just farewell, I guess. Let's go across the board. And hopefully we don't die. I mean, like, I don't know. We're probably still dead, but, you know, let's find out. We go to 5. Shoot our creature, attack us? They did not. Okay, that's some of the best news. We have 4, 7 mana. Let's play this, because that's the biggest blocker we can get. Let's play this, because it's another source of cards. Hopefully finding us a Wandering Emperor or something. And I feel like we can attack here. Actually, no attacks. Maybe we can't. I mean, if they have burn spells, we're dead anyway. They're holding on to something, obviously. Unless it's just lands, but I doubt that. Alright, that's a 3/3. At least we can block that for the time being. Alright, hey, that's a real point of life that matters here. Discard this because we can get it back. Play this. So the opponent probably has burn spells here because this feels like they're like hesitating to see if they're going to wait when we gain the life or not. Alright. I think, as much as I want to play 2 bodies, I think I just want to keep them from doing anything here.
Make the most of the little time I have.
And yeah, I'm just going to tag. I know we're only at 6, but I'm just going to try to go for it here. Alright. If they've got 4 damage after we block the others, I mean, I guess we're still fine here. Though I am really concerned about what's in their hand. I don't know what those would be. Great. Extra cards here is awesome. Neat. We'll play the courtyard to gain a point. I think we have maybe 1 land to go get. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to get a card from here. And I'm going to make a body.
I brought backup.
And I think attack with the 2 just to see what the opponent does. Actually, I'm going to attack with both of these. Alright, we're at 9. I'm starting to feel a little safer. I feel like we had to do a lot of work to get here, though. Yeah, now if they have burn, they have to start thinking about clearing out the creatures or they're never going to be able to punch through. Unless they just have a whole fistful of it. Okay, that we're not concerned about. Okay. Destroy this. And now I think we've turned the corner. Alright, cool. Woo! Alright, that played okay. As far as what cards we want to go in this, I feel like the Sanctuary Warden was okay. Bankbuster was fine. We obviously like what that does, but we're only playing 2 of them in this list. I'm kind of okay if we were to cut the Destroy Evil even and maybe find a way to squeeze in either what's the thing that you can draw a card and then you gain life? The Unit of the Third Path. Like a couple of these would probably be good, especially for like mono red, because that's always going to be a tough matchup because the deck list doesn't have a lot of ways to gain life. Or the other option is you could play the Revelry, I think it is. Yeah, Sunset Revelry is the other option. We could play something like this in place of that 1 Destroy Evil, and maybe if I was going to cut something else, maybe the Guardian of Girapur, maybe 1 Sanctuary Warden, something like that. But I'd probably, honestly, now I'm thinking about it, 2 Sunset Revelries is probably where you want to be in this list. Because while the Destroy Evil is nice and it does help against things like mono blue and even the green matchups, that's kind of it. It didn't do a whole lot else, I don't think. But anyway, the deck we ran with today was 3 Ambitious Farmhand, 1 Destroy Evil, 4 Ossification, 3 Spirited Companion, 2 Reckoner Bankbuster, 3 Anointed Peacekeeper, 3 Guardian of Girapur, 2 Lauren of the Third Path, 4 Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, 2 Sarah Paragon, 3 Wandering Emperor, 2 Farewell, 1 Sanctuary Warden, 1 Eternal Wanderer, 2 Atali, 5 Plains, 2 Mountains, a Sekinzan, 4 each of Battlefield Forge, Sundown Pass, Cabaretti Charm, and Roadside Reliquary. So yeah, I don't know how I really feel about this. Like, I accept that the deck did well in some events, but there's a couple of things in play here, I think, where those were best of 3, and in those events, if you go look there, at least the ones I looked at, there wasn't a bunch of mono black, there wasn't a bunch of mono white, right? So things that could potentially be a problem for this list, you don't run into a lot of those there. And you do have a sideboard to kind of help balance things for those matchups, and that probably makes a big difference. So I would say if you're playing best of 3, this deck probably performs a lot better. But for best of 1, it feels like it was kind of just a coin flip deck. Like sometimes you got the draw, sometimes you didn't. Like your opponent just burned you out, or maybe you got hit with a bunch of Invoke Despairs, right? But in the tournament situations and the results that I was looking at, like you don't see that happen as much. So I think that's kind of a big deal. And then there's the other question of, did adding the red really add anything to the deck over playing it as mono white? Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Atali, but I didn't feel like that was the best thing we could be doing. Now, admittedly, again, in a tournament setting, there's maybe bigger cards that are worth hitting and the games are going longer. But for best of one, like, do I care if I get that against, like, mono red? Like, maybe I'm hoping to get a burn spell that lets me kill one of their creatures. So, I mean, that's cool, I guess. I don't know if it's worth it. And I like Atali a lot. I just don't know if this is an Atali type deck. I also, because of the style of deck, I never really got to the point where I could even flip Atali, because either the game was over when those situations came up, or when I did get it, there just was never a spot to punch it through, because they can sit on their removal and other things, because we don't have that many threats for them to really be concerned about. So overall, it's a tough one. I don't know how I want to gauge this. I feel like the deck is good, and I accept that results out there did work and people did well with them, but I think my final verdict's just going to be, if you're playing best of 3, this is probably better for you, but if you're playing best of 1, I don't know. I would probably just play the mono white deck and have equal or better results, I would think. Mostly because you're going to be able to make room for stuff like we were talking about, like the Unit of the Third Path, the Sunset Revelries, and those are going to help win those problematic matchups that you were hit on the best of 1 ladder more often, that are probably not going to come up in tournaments as much, if that makes sense. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Leyline of Sanctity. Mostly because this card seems to be forgotten at times, and it actually is a reasonable sideboard card. And you know, if you don't like getting burned out or being the target of things from your opponents, this is going to do that, because it just gives you hexproof. And if you have it in your opener, you get to play it for free. The cool part about the card is it stays useful, but not overly used. So it never really gets really expensive. If the situation comes up and the metagame shifts where you need one, you can usually find these for $5 or $6. So it's just a cool card to keep in mind that you don't necessarily need right now, but just know that it's available and it's out there if you ever need that type of answer. Now, if you're like me and you like Atali and you're looking for a deck that uses it better, check out this Gruul Ramp deck I had that really does take advantage of Atali in some really fun ways. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.